Background info. So I'm a sophomore in advanced courses. This allows me to have a couple juniors in my classes who I do not know super well. In chemistry, there is this big neckbeard. Big meaning matching the personality traits of a neckbeard. Well, he has a neckbeard, long greasy hair, is overweight, which comes to mind for me when I'm thinking of this subreddit. He has said a few fishy things and always talks to me about how much he hates calculus, which is all fine and good except for the fact that he makes me awfully uncomfortable. You know those guys who show you a hentai meme and laugh at it? Yeah, he's done that before. Today I walk into class with our weird final schedule, which was left with us with every other class being 2 hours. Thus, I was a bit upset and non-talkative towards strangers, which is how I consider this dude. The following conversation ensues. NB. Hey, blank. Me. Pretty much ignoring and going back to my business of talking to my actual friends because I'm a bitch. Hey. NB. Hey, blank. What do you think of furries? Me. Appalled and unprepared. I don't really agree with it, but... Shrug. Attempt at it. It makes me uncomfortable, but it's not my choice. NB. Oh, do you have any friends that are one? Me. Oh, no. NB. Well, am I your friend? After taking a hot second, flustered, not wanting to be rude, and knowing full well I dislike this man, and seeing where this is going. Me. Oh, yeah. Him. Well? Me. Hopes that was a joke. Huh? Then I went to studying for our test that hour and did not talk to him for the rest of it. Fingers crossed that it was a joke and that he did not catch on to my hesitation before agreeing that he was my friend. Let me know if this is not allowed. First post, so sorry for this formatting and whatnot. I'm currently 20 years old and have been out of high school for about 4 years. This story is from when I was a freshman in high school and had no idea what a neckbeard was. When I entered high school, I was coming off the back end of an eating disorder, so I was at a fairly low weight for me, but no means skinny. I had a home economics class that was mostly just cooking and watching cooking videos as my 3rd or 4th class of the day. The class was mostly girls, but there were 2 guys who sat at my table with me and 2 of my female friends, and we all played cards. I had a semi-crush on one of the guys. We'll call him Jay. He has sort of a neckbeard personality, but it was dormant. He's not the neckbeard subject of the story, but my delightful attraction to Jay plays a small role in the rest of the story. I had a few friends at this time, but none of them shared the same lunch block as me, so I normally sat alone at lunch. I was also very nervous about eating still, so I did not eat at lunch. I sat in a booth alone and drew in my notebook. Very cringy, edgy drawings. One day I was in my booth, headphones in, making cringy art, and Jay walked up and asked if I had a phone. I did, but it was just a cheap burner phone that I had to buy minutes for myself. I told him yes. I was excited because I thought he wanted to text me. Spoiler, he did not. He handed me a piece of paper with a phone number on it and told me to text it. When I asked whose it was, he told me I would have to text it to find out and left. So I texted the number. I wish I still had the phone so I could find a way to copy the text. The first day was basically some guy telling me that he watched me in the lunchroom every day and thought I was really pretty and seemed nice. I was not used to this kind of attention from guys, so my cringy little heart was so happy. He did not tell me who he was until day 4, and I looked him up on Facebook. It was a guy I had seen around school. He was a junior and the absolute definition of a neckbeard. He was very large, very greasy, obviously did not bathe regularly, and wore fedoras in all Facebook pictures, all 2 of them. I did not really mind because he was being nice to me, but I was not interested in anything more than friendship. He told me constantly about he was so lonely that he wanted to kill himself. I always told him not to do that. I was his friend and I cared about him. He would say, "I wish you were more than my friend," and I always brushed it off. Eventually he started getting aggressive with the way he tried to convince me to be more than friends with him, and I cut contact altogether. Did not respond to his texts anymore. He did not ever approach me in person at school, thank God, but I did sometimes look over at lunch and see him looking at me. Okay, so really this whole event was mostly chats from this guy complaining and hinting, demanding I should sleep with him. I've debated just posting the Facebook message timelines, but it's been a few years since I bailed out of this, and I'm still embarrassed I put up with this for so long. I was 19 and had not heard of Neckbeard, so I did not know threatening to kill yourself was a commonish Neckbeard tactic. This was one of the first situations I had to deal with. I grew up in a tiny town, so I went to high school in the small town next door. That high school had kids from 4 different villages, and my graduating class was about 150 kids. So we kind of know everyone in these towns, but often just by face. So I'm home for a few weeks from college and getting an oil change, so I walk to the only store to get snacks and wait. I'm sitting on a bench out front, and a guy I recognize from around town as a bagger and cart pusher spots me, and I see him head my way. Now, I'm instantly uncomfortable. I've always been chubby with features that are okay at best. I went on 2 friend dates in high school and never dated and never really felt like I needed to. It did mean, however, that I was always out of my zone when people did try that. This guy, who I'll call Dimitri, based on him looking like Dimitri Martin but with scraggly brown bowl cut and large square glasses. He was tall and thin, but he always seemed to hunch a bit. He walked up to me and stood there for a bit and then made awkward small talk before he told me I was pretty. I said thanks, and I said I had to get back to my car. He asked for my name before I left, and sure enough, when I got home, I had a Facebook friend request and a message telling me I really was pretty. This quickly transitions to him asking me out, and I was happy to say I was back in college town, and apparently that's okay since he does not have much money because everyone in the world is against him. I had no reason really or so I thought, not to at least chat with him occasionally on Facebook. This leads to the following chat conversation. D. I really want to do something with you, but my hours were cut. Me. That's fine. Life is spendy and it's the holidays. D. Come on over to my house and watch some new movies with me. Me. No, I'm going to see The Hobbit today. D. Hey, you're going to see The Hobbit today? With who? Are you in town? 'Cause I want to come along. I can spare up to $20. I figured that much out yesterday. Me. I'm going with my parents. I'm trying to take my mind off my surgery tomorrow, so I asked my family to go with me. I thought this would be a solid shutdown. D. Can I come with? It's 6 p.m. There was a break while I tried to think of what to say. Me. Sorry, I was off Facebook because I had too many tabs open. D. You're fine. I'm going to pay your way, okay? I can afford it. I was looking at my finances yesterday and forgot to tell you I can afford it. I could not think of a real reason to say no, although I really wish I had. Me. I popped up upstairs to ask my mom if that's okay, and she said if you want, you can tag along and chill. We're going to the 6 p.m. showing. No sure who all of my family will be coming out, but sure me and my mom. And no, I'll pay my own way. I have money from family, and if there's an emergency, you should have some in reserve. D. Okay, I'll be ready by 5:30. Me. We might be a little late, so you can go in without us. D. Okay, that's fine. Well, I can wait. Me. My dad's coming now, too. Can't wait for Martin Freeman. Might have some siblings to come with. D. My address is blank in hometown. Apartment 2. Me. Okay, are we picking you up? Me. You don't have a ride? D. If you want, I can walk. Me. Do you need a ride? D. Yes. I'm going to get ready now. Me. Okay, I don't have an internet on my phone, so I'll let you know when I leave. D. Okay, I'll watch you from the porch light on. What happened next is still in memory as hours of awkward. Me and my parents got in Dad's car and went and picked him up. He came to the car and tried to open the door that was my mom's seat. I still don't know why. I leaned over and rolled down the back seat window and told him to get in the back. We start heading to the theater, and my mom tries to do the mom thing and asks if we knew each other from high school. I was 19 and had graduated the year before. Me. I think you were a senior when I was a freshman? D. I don't think so. I'm class of 2003. Me. So, you're 30? D. Yeah. The car ride was dead quiet the rest of the way, and it only got weirder. We get there, and my dad, who is a quiet guy anyway, but is radiating unhappiness pointedly, buys 3 tickets for himself, my mom, and me. I figured that's fine since Dimitri was on his own anyway. I then watch him buy nachos and walk into the theater with no ticket. I had no idea if I thought Dad bought him a ticket. Anyway, I watched the movie, and I did not remember the other civics, really. I think he must have asked me out or something. There was really a message waiting for me when I got home. D. That was a good movie. Me. The best. I love Tolkien. D. Yeah, really good. Me. You should watch the first one. It's really good. D. I will. Want to watch it with me? Me. I'm getting my wisdom teeth out tomorrow, remember? D. I mean when I get it. Keep in mind I'm young but not that stupid, so I decide to cut to the point. Me. Do you want a relationship? Is that where this is going? D. I upset you, didn't I? Me. No, I'm not that sensitive. It was a good movie, but I live far away and I have policy to just lay things out. D. That's fine. D. Don't want to push you into anything. I was just worried I sound too forward. Me. That's fine. I'm just 19, and that's a bit of an age difference. I'm not really looking to be in a relationship, and I don't want to false advertise. D. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind having a relationship with you. I just thought I went too far. But I really like you. I don't want to push you into a situation. This proved to be bullshit later. What follows is him trying to invite himself to my surgery and push his dentist on me. Anyway, there's a lot more. Sorry if this was boring. It just stands out to me as so weird. The next time I met him was because he said he'd kill himself if I did not.